I'm so excited. And I just
Oh,
can't
you're so
hide it.
cute.
Why? Because I have Dream Detective Kate here. And then
You're
the
so
clouds
cute.
opened and the horns.
Oh no. No, 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 no. I am not worthy.
Oh, I'm
You're
not
so
worthy. I'm
cute.
not worthy.
No. Oh my gosh, so cute, Heather.
Oh,
That's so cute.
everybody who who'll be watching this on playback, and hello, Dina, and we'll be having people, I'm sure, popping in. But
Yeah.
I would like to introduce Dream Detective Kate. Many in chat may already know her. Um, she does now. I'm trying to remember how I wrote this down properly. Oh shoot, I have my little
Oh,
sticky notes, and I can't find the sticky notes. But you do a weekly show with Valerie,
wow.
and you do a weekly show
It's
with
turned out to be more monthly.
a monthly
Yes.
now. Okay.
Yes, with Val.
Um, so instead of me butchering all of this, I'll just let my beautiful guest share
Oh,
who
you're
she
so
is,
cute.
who her channel, and everything that she does. Hi, Teresa.
Awesome.
Thank you for being here.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Dina. So, I originally started out doing dream work with a class that Aley had given, and Aley from Heart and Soul Connected said, "You know, your perspective on the dreams is really different. Would you consider doing a dream show for everyone to come on and see the interpretation?" And I said, "Sure," not knowing anything. Shaking in my boots, knees are wobbling underneath the desk, and everybody has
Oh
those
yeah, I've been
jitters,
there.
right?
Hmm.
Oh my
I still
gosh.
do before a
And so
live.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So from there, I met Valerie, and Valerie and I were in
Oh, I love
in a
Valerie.
practice group where we discovered that we could see each other's angels. And so we started a show called Angels and Guides where we introduce people to their angels and guides and tell them their names, tell them what they look like.
Ooh.
Really spectacular, really beautiful experiences, very long shows because sometimes the angels and guides are shy, or
Yeah.
they don't come in a way that is it was fascinating when I would say, okay, I'm seeing a mermaid, what looks like a mermaid floating. And Valerie would say, "Oh my gosh, is the mermaid purple?" Or she would say, she would validate instantly that what she
Hmm.
was seeing was the same thing that I was seeing. And so that was really, really special. And from that show, we jumped on to what's called Love Notes, and Love Notes
Hmm.
is about
That's beautiful.
reminding people that they are loved and self-love in all the ways that the universe loves us, in all the way that friendships do, in all the way, yeah, everything,
Rose
right?
quartz.
Rose
Beautiful
quartz,
for
there it
self
is.
love. Yep. I keep it right by
Emotion.
me with
So
my other ones. Yep.
so with love notes, there's meditations that go into a guided meditation where a love note is given to the participant in each meditation that they stick into their heart pocket. And
I
the
can't
heart pocket
catch it.
is, that's okay,
Sorry.
something that everyone has. So she's playing hide and go seek, guys. I don't know where she went.
Peekaboo. Sorry.
Look at her. There she is.
Yeah,
So there's
peekaboo.
that show. And then Belle and I talked about it. We said, why don't we incorporate the astrology of the month and the universal law that is in combination with that month's astrology, so that we can use the energies of the universe to self-empower, to allow us to grab on to those pieces that are exciting and that only happen during certain times. So that one is called Love Notes. And then there's a show now with Jay Marcus that's very
She
exciting.
is beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful, but her
Yes,
energy. And then when her daughter came into the view one night, I think it was for Claudia's birthday party, you could
right.
see even in her daughter that beautiful glow.
Oh,
You
her
know.
daughter's amazing.
Yeah.
They both are. They both are. They both
Hmm.
have these gifts that are meant to be shared, and they have it from
Yes.
the heart that says, "Okay, I will share. I will give this." And with Jay, we were talking about healing experiences that were unexplained. They were a miraculous healing. And I
Hmm.
approached her and said, "Would you like to do a healing show?" So she said, "Yes." Boom. When the answer comes, if it's let me think
Yeah.
about it or I'll get back to
There was no
you.
hesitation. She just
No, it
was
was
like,
like
okay.
boom, right? It was like right there. working with Jay is so easy. Actually, working with Valerie, working with you, everybody's so easy, so relaxed, right? Because you
And you did a
guys are the
beautiful
pros.
meditation that I walked into that night with you and Val. And that meditation
Oh,
was so beautiful. Your voice was just so pitch perfect. It was soft. It was calm. It was just lovely. I kind of came in at the last minute, and I was there to be able to talk a little bit, amongst with you and Val and some of the chatters. But
yeah.
it was beautiful. And just really quick, we have, as you were talking, a whole bunch of guests joining us. So we
Okay.
have Odelia Maderos, hello and welcome.
Welcome.
Trista Levine, Astri, hello. Sylvia Moore,
Wow.
um, Hypnicity, who is Nalani, hello Nalani. Nancy
Hi, Hypnocity.
Riker, Lisa, hello Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
And I think Nancy from A Crone's Intuition. Miss Tarot D is in the house.
Oh, there she
Tarot
is.
D. And I think I'm all caught up with everybody. So, yes,
Wow.
everyone, thank you
Yes, thanks for being here.
for
Lots of
joining
new
Cape Time.
names. Lots of new
Yes,
names.
because our community is growing.
It's
That's why the more
growing.
people that we have
Yeah.
and that, that share, and if anybody has a channel, please go ahead and put it in my chat. It is not a problem. Um, I don't know if I have any mods. Nancy, I think you are a mod. Miss Tarot D, I believe you are a mod. So if anybody would like to put their links in, go right ahead. And we just had Hilda pop in. Hello, Hilda.
Hi, Hilda.
Uh,
Some of these
yes,
names
put your
I'm
links
here.
in.
Yeah, I'm remembering from the angel show.
Yeah.
We really should do that again because
Yes,
connecting
because
with
I
guides and
would
angels.
love to. And if you and Val are open to it, I would love if maybe you might do that as a guest on my show, the both of you. I know
Oh,
I
you know
know
what?
I know
Yeah,
Val is said she's scheduling out for like October
I
because
know.
she's so
November
she's
now.
so booked November.
Yeah.
So I told her whenever you have an opening, the door and the invitation is always welcome, on my channel.
It's
So
such an exciting place to experience. It is so exciting because
hi
hi
Ron. Hey Big
Ron.
Bro. Wow, a lot of
We've
people
been
coming
doing
in.
with Ron too. The shows with Ron have been
Patricia.
really spectacular as well. But to
Yes.
experience your guides and angels in a setting where you're safe, where you can
Mhm.
actually know them by name. I was thinking about this the other day where there are some that say, "Oh, you don't need to know their name. You can just call on Gabriel or Metatron or any of the other angels, but you have your own. You
Yes.
have your own powerhouse.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you like to know who they are? They've been
I
sitting
do.
there waiting
And I
and
know there's
waiting
some
and
whose names are hard for us to pronounce, so they might go ahead and say, "Well, why don't you call me so and so?"
yes,
But
yes,
definitely.
yeah. It's so much fun, and the slice of
Hello,
heaven
Amanda.
in the experience is a high like no other. You feel that love, you feel that unconditional love. Sorry, Ron. Hi, Ron. You feel that energy of that love, and it stays with you. And so it's like this incredibly soft, beautiful high of knowing they're connected with you, asking them to show you signs, to give you signs, simple, beautiful little signs
Mm-hmm.
that, to give you an example, the other day I sent a thank you note to someone who went out of their way and didn't have to. Okay. So it was a government job. It was, oh, I just blew that money. Oh, well. And I got a phone call saying, hey, I can save you a few bucks if you want me to just do this, but I need your permission to. So I sent her a thank you note. And in the card that she said thank you back for the thank you note, you got this, the ping pong ball is happening. She was mentioning that wouldn't it be nice if the world had more angels in it? So
There are
when
so
we
many. Yeah.
acknowledge our angels and we say yes to them and we appreciate their lifelong commitment to us. I mean, that's a really long time. Hi, Amanda Carroll. See?
My angels are so helpful
She's
every
got
day.
that secret. Yes. It's such a beautiful experience. It's so different. It changes things, right? It changes things. So it's amazing
And sorry.
how many different ways that we can explore that just are so magical and soft and beautiful, right? They're not scary. They're not
No,
something that would
not
give you
as
nightmares.
long as your intent is not to bring in the energies of that, and you only put out there that you want those of the highest vibration
Yes.
love, then
Yes.
that's what you will attract. And ethnicity, Nalani said, how did you prepare for doing lives? So I'm assuming about the angels, possibly. I think that might be what she's asking. Never
Oh,
quite
she's
known.
asking me or she's asking both of us?
I think maybe that's what I was kind of wondering, Nalani, if you could
Hmm.
maybe clarify a little bit. I'm thinking that perhaps it might be because you're getting names from people's, for their guides and their angels, that might take a certain preparation before going live. That's what I was thinking that was behind, her question. So, Nalani, let us know exactly how you're asking that. We would love to answer it for you. Ms. Tarot, do you have seen and met angels who are in the disguise of ordinary people living ordinary life? Tracy Chapman,
Oh,
my favorite quote. Yep,
yep.
she's
Yep.
a treasure for sure.
Absolutely.
Um, Thank you, Nancy, for putting Ron's link in the chat. I mean, um, I'm just looking to see if maybe.
Asking about the
So,
shows.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so Odelia is Fatima that comes into our chats. Is that
Nice.
your sister? Unless
Fatima.
that's another Fatima, and if that's, oh boy, that's a lot of messages coming through for me,
Right.
because even
Wow.
though I don't follow Christianity anymore and most associated with it, Mother Mary is still very, I mean, I have a large statue of her. I got like several of them around me, along with my other crystals and statues. So that would be, um, so okay, setting up your channels. Oh, well, it takes a lot of
Good
work.
question. Yeah.
Especially when
She
you
must
don't
be
have
a
a
little
mouse
psychic.
and
We
you
were
can't
talking
click
about
and
that.
highlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How did you know
Yeah.
her? Are you psychic? We were talking
Yeah.
about that
You're
backstage.
psychic. So,
You don't have to have.
Mason,
Go ahead.
that's okay. I was just going to say, asking a lot of questions, having people that know how to do it, walk you through it, knowing that you could do a practice run, knowing that you can look at the screen and have a phone conversation with someone who's done it for years. They might say, oh, click over here or click over there, or no, you can do this over here, but it's in YouTube rather than in StreamYard, or you can set something up in Canva and then download it to your desktop. And so there's a
Lot.
lot of information that people are so willing to share. And if when they have time, you call up and they call you, or you have a conversation. That's how you get started. It's easier to be a guest than it is to be a host. When you're hosting,
Oh
like
yes.
Heather's hosting, okay, it is technically can be really, really distracting and challenging, especially because you're sitting in a place of relaxed spirit, um, almost channeling type energy, where you want to give the best information to the people that are joining you, but you have to be earthbound and click those buttons correctly, or craziness
Or
can
do what I
happen.
do.
And
I block some of my chatters by mistake, or I time them out, and I'm
no,
like, oh my god,
it's
because
so
people realize how
hard. It's
fast it
really
jumps.
hard.
And if you go to tap
Yes.
on, like if I were to go tap on this, and the thing
Yeah.
the chat jumped, I could accidentally hit the buttons where it says timeout Ron or timeout, or miss the X person.
Yes.
So, um,
Right.
so hypnicity. I use my iPad, and one of my care coordinators through Horizons actually put in a work order for me and was able to get me a Bluetooth keyboard. I don't have a mouse, so for me, when I go and I do my StreamYard, because I have the free StreamYard, which gives you 20 hours free a month to have a live, to have your live shows. Um, what I
So you
have
have to keep
to,
track. You have
yeah,
to keep track
yeah, you
because you
do.
don't want to get bumped off in the middle of saying something,
Well,
right?
they'll
Or
they'll
go
they'll let you
over, or
finish. Well, they'll let you finish your life, but after that, it'll be like usually I'll have 7 hours still left over, and they'll tell me, "Oop, you're almost at your limit. You're such a socialite or whatever they say," and I'm like, "Yeah,
right,
right, whatever." But
right.
so when it goes into the actual StreamYard, when you go into that description box, if you don't have a mouse to go to people's channels and click and highlight and copy and paste, like me, I have to do it all by hand. So sometimes
Yep.
I can't put as
Fingertips.
much information into everybody's information in my description. That's why I always make sure that I have their link, if they have an easy Venmo or a PayPal that I can put in there, and an email. Otherwise, I always let people know, click on this link. This takes you to my guest channel. Go to their description and you will find everything that you or they're about, and you will find everything, that you can do. Amazon lists, PayPal's, other things and stuff. So
Wow. Yeah, Ron
oh
is saying
wow,
it's about
that's a lot of money.
275. Yeah,
Wow.
it is. That is a
Yeah.
lot of money. Oh my
And I just
gosh.
found out that you can go live and do lives on YouTube. You
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily need StreamYard. So I tried to balance, you know, both of them.
Right.
How do I know if I'm ready? Well, you know what? One night I kept putting off
Jump
saying,
on
"Oh,
in.
nope, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. Nope, nope, And then it was just like, "Oh, Heather, for the love of God, just do it." And I did the
Gee, I
live,
wonder I wonder who
and
whispered that in your ear.
I don't know, but I did it, and by the time I was nervous, but by the time I was done, Alani, I had so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
A few people, I had like maybe like 6 people pop in. I was so excited.
Right.
I'm doing my cards. I'm having a good time, and it was just like after that, it was like, ooh, when is the next one?
When can I?
When do I get to do? It was like, oh, I want to
Yes,
go back on again. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. That
and what
spiritual
really
high, that
helped me,
angelic high. Yep.
yes, and what really helped me find a good. Now I can walk somebody through to a certain degree, but another reader really is good to help you, because Sonia Rain Lee, she actually did a backstage with me. We made our backstage unlisted, so it wouldn't go live or it wouldn't be posted on YouTube. And she says, okay, and she would tell me, look at your screen. Do you see this? Do you see that? Yes. Okay. If you click on that, this will pop up, and when you do this, this will happen. So.
Yes.
Um, yeah,
You know,
once you
you meant
get doing it a couple times, yeah.
right. You mentioned the meditation at the end of the live show, which
Yeah.
sometimes is spontaneous. Right? Sometimes it's just coming out spontaneously.
That's
But there have been a couple of them where there's been technical glitches, and so halfway through the meditation it'll be interrupted, or it'll be, garbled, or something will, freeze, or you never know. But I discovered this week that you can do an audio recording only through StreamYard, so that I could record the audio part of a meditation, which is just my voice. It's not a camera on me. It's not, the closet that I'm in, and be able to upload that back into YouTube for a meditation by itself. So, and yes, be a guest first. Definitely be a
Nalani,
guest
the
first.
door
Get
is
your jitters.
open. Whoever you feel comfortable with reaching out to, if you want to reach out to me, reach out to Aley. Aley's really good. Gerald,
Mm-hmm.
is really good at welcoming people into bringing new people in. Um, any one of us, or if there's a particular reader that you feel more comfortable with, or you feel more like you're, because not everybody's energy, meshes. So if
Yeah,
there's another reader where you feel like you would be more safe with them, reach out to
yeah,
them and say, hey, is there a time where we can arrange, either if they have a Zoom, or if they want to do a, backstage StreamYard that's a private, unlisted,
right.
we can just walk you through and teach you how to do that. Um,
Oh,
you know, do that as
thank you,
well.
Lori. I'm working on doing the
Hi,
meditations.
Katina.
Yeah, for from the shows, as well as ones that I had written before doing any kind of YouTube channel. So I'm hoping that there'll be more meditations out. It won't have a picture of me,
Hmm.
but you're invited to close your eyes. So why would
And
I
Lori
want to
right
put?
there says she would love to hear more meditations from you.
I
So
would
you
love
have
to put
people
them out.
supporting you.
And it's
Yeah.
hard to when your husband's in the other room
Lady
and he's
Silver.
sawing, or he's drilling, or he's pounding. So
Or he's playing a
the
video
house
giving me
and
here ding ding, like
so
mine.
I dearly love my husband. I am incredibly impressed with how he has remodeled our home. Okay, but it
Wow.
it also is kind of hard because there's deadlines and time frames and timelines, and having a quiet place and time can be restrictive to those around you. right? And let alone the kitties, because the kitties like to come in and say, "Hey,
Well, everybody knows my kitty. Yeah, everyone knows mine.
tail
Every
in
now
the
and then
face."
see her running or butt in
Yeah.
this, right in the
Yeah.
camera. I'm like, really? Have
Really?
some.
Come on. Yes. They're so cute. But you know what? The best thing to do is to remember that all of us are heart driven. All of us are light
Mhm.
workers. There isn't a whole lot of judgment that says, "Ooh, bleh." There isn't any of that. So
Yeah.
explore, have fun, say a protective prayer before you enter the studio
Mhm.
or enter the broadcast that
Yep.
says, this is benevolent for everyone.
I have my
It's not
safe.
about,
I
yeah,
call on Archangel
yeah,
Michael. I've got my
crystals.
crystals.
Yeah, crystals.
I got
So,
my. I even now have my grandma. My grandma Johnson wanted to
oh,
be.
wow, what a beautiful picture.
Yep.
Wow, she's beautiful. She looks almost like, and I
Yeah.
hope that she looks kind of like, yes, she does. She looks kind of like Annette Funicello.
Oh, did you hear that, Grandma?
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, my grandma. I have a picture of her on the back of my dad's motorcycle when before my dad had to get rid of them when after the kids were born, as kids were born and
Mm.
everything. So, yeah, from what I understand from some of my cousins, oh yeah, she didn't mind her curves even as she got older and she got heavy. Said she's still like these are my curves,
Ooh,
and yeah, I miss my grandma
own it.
Johnson a lot. Yep.
Own it.
And
That's
Lori said nothing
awesome.
makes my soul become more no, my soul becomes centered more than meditation. Yep,
Yes.
I
Yes.
agree.
Absolutely.
And Kate has such a beautiful, soft voice to be able to do those meditations. So, and I would love to be able to make the ones that Terry Renner does in the morning, but I'm still sleeping at 8 a.m.
I
Usually,
know.
I don't get up till about 9:30 because of my medication. So it's always like, did I get up in time? Shoot.
Shoot. I'm the same way. I'm in on the Pacific Coast. So for me, I wake up and everybody on the East Coast has already solved everything. Already filed all the paperwork. I've already gone to court. I've already come out. Everything's already done by the time I wake up.
You
Which
know, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, which is, it's just the way of the world. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Nalani, just to say this is interesting that you said, was she a dancer? Some people have heard the story, so I will try to make it short. Her mom, my grandma's mom, and my great grandpa, he was Jewish, she was Catholic. The Jewish family didn't know that, and they got married. They had my grandma. The Jewish family found out, had my grandma kidnapped and put into a convent or whatever they
Wow.
called them back in the day. And
Wow.
so um, their marriage was annulled, and they
Oh
didn't know where
no.
my grandma was. So my grandma's side of the family, they were vaudeville. I actually have a great aunt I was told that was a dancer for Al Capone in one of his clubs in Chicago.
Wow.
But my vaudeville family hired a private investigator to find my grandma, and they had taken my grandma around, and she got to be a part of or got to watch the shows before being reunited with my great grandpa and his new wife. So yes, Nalani, you're picking up on stuff. So keep at it, girl. You got it.
You got it.
Heather, show us the picture again. Okay. And I never thought I would see this picture again. Here, there we go.
Yeah, she's
Because when I
beautiful.
was a little girl, I would go into my grandma's one bedroom. It was her storage room, and she would have stacks of photo albums, and I would sit there and I would enjoy looking at pictures of people. Some I knew, a lot of people I didn't, and I always saw that picture and I went, "Oh, I always loved that picture of grandma." So after she passed away, I tried finding the picture. Someone already took the books. And it wasn't about, I think, 6, 7 years ago, I got a hold of one of my cousins and I told her, she goes, "Well, I have some of grandma's pictures. Would you like one?" And I said, "Well, there's this one particular picture." And I explained that. I could remember there was a flower and she was doing like that. And she goes, "Oh, I have that picture. I'll send it to you." Of all the cousins that could have possibly had, she was the one that had it.
Yes.
And not long
Oh my
after
goodness.
that picture came, and I started crying when I saw that because I'm like, "Oh my God, this is my grandma." you know. So yeah.
Yeah, those connections are wonderful. It's
Yeah.
exciting when it pops in as a surprise.
Hmm. So Miss Tarot D, just really quick, I subscribed to your channel, so now you have to make content. So you're getting the tracking there, girl.
There you
Lori
go.
says I'm grateful. Yes, and Fatima, yes. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. And Ron mentioned
Mhm.
that you are doing a show with him, you and
Yes,
Jay.
we're having Ron on. The
Very
the
good.
You've Got It, it is the name of the show, the healing
That
show
sounds interesting.
about unusual
Ooh.
healing. And partly because people need to trust that they have the ability to heal themselves, that it's the
Hmm.
power within themselves, the belief within themselves that creates healing. So by sharing the stories of what we've gone through, we empower others to know that there are solutions, that there are possibilities and realities that other people have already successfully maneuvered through. So I'm excited about that. And that's in September 18th. Oh, we're in September. What's the matter with me?
Yeah, not
Sometimes I
far
wake up and
off.
I'm like, who am I? Where am
And I
I?
like the sound of that show too. So if you ever look for any guests, just if I fit the bill, give me a holler. I would love to do something, with you as well
Awesome.
on your channel. That would be
Well,
wonderful.
I'll mention it to Valerie and to Jay. Always see what
Okay.
happens. See how
Yeah.
they're doing.
Not like I'm trying to put Kate on the spot, but I'm just letting her know that I love the sound of that because I learned Reiki before I left Arizona, level 1 and 2, and then I did the crystal 1 and 2, and then I also did Reiki drumming. So I love learning and talking about different healing modalities. And one of the most beautiful lessons that our teacher, she passed a few years after I left Arizona, but she said when people ask, well, how do I know what the energy feels like? She goes, the first thing was rub your hands very gently, and then gently
Yep.
pull them apart. And you feel that beautiful warm energy. That's the energy already naturally flowing through you and from you to heal. And she
Yes.
says, being a mom, she goes, any other moms she was addressing in our class, or even when our moms did it for us, whenever you got like a scrape or you got hurt, and when mom would put your hand over that and say, it's okay, see, I'm healing it, it's going to be okay, it's going to feel better, and then automatically you feel like it is healed. That was the energy, the healing energy that our moms, they could be dads too, we have single dads and stuff out there as well, dads or parents, any
Right.
of our loved ones who always seem to have that special healing touch that would make the hurt go away or subside it.
Right.
That was already
Yes.
naturally coming from them from a place of love. So,
Yes. And and that's critical. That's really, really important. There's a lot of messages that we're taught growing up, at this time in this time that are messages that may or may not resonate, that may or not be true. Where
hmm
physicians or nurses or people that are trying to be helpful because that's what they know may make a suggestion, but if your heart is saying, I'm a little uncomfortable with that, is there any alternative? Is there any other suggestion? Do you know of anyone else who has done? I was in a conversation with an oncologist where we asked a question and said, well, what if we opt out of not having any of that treatment? What's the statistic then? What are your statistics for women that opt to not have the treatment that you're putting in front of us? And the
hmm
doctors looked at me with the jaw open and said, we don't track that. Really? What do you mean you don't track that? There must be
wow.
women that say, wait a minute. I'm not comfortable with that. Okay.
hmm
So yeah, we have to save that healing story for another time because it's way too long.
But
But
what's nice
it's
though is there are
okay.
a lot of, yeah, sorry.
It's okay to have that sensation of, wait, I want to stop and think about it. Wait, I want to see
Exactly.
how it
Why not?
feels in my heart. I want to see how it resonates with me. So that's what the healing show is all about, and we call it "You've Got This" because it really is an inside job. It's
hmm
an inside job, working with spirit, working with your own heart, working with your own energy, that says, I believe there can be something different, and then there is. So it's a fascinating conversation, and having it with Jay and Ron, we have we're looking forward to it. We've had really interesting conversations so far. So that
That's
one's called You've
beautiful.
Got This. I know there's all these different pieces that
I'm
I'm in.
looking forward to that. Yes, and I just wanted to add that a lot of hospitals now are. I don't know if I can say a lot, but there are more hospitals now. And I was even learning this when I finished, my training, when I left Arizona. That was back in 2008. That even back then, certain hospitals were becoming more open to allowing people who practice Reiki to come into the hospitals, especially after people who had surgery, because they started seeing that, well, some of my patients, they're healing faster or they're feeling better sooner after
Yes,
surgery, after these people come
right,
in. And there are some that are much more open minded and they embrace the idea of possible holistic work along with the traditional Western medicine. And one of those examples she gave was a friend of hers had to have not Reiki treatments, chemo treatments because of cancer. And they had
hmm,
asked to go in because you can use Reiki to raise the vibration basically of any substance or anything. And
right,
they said, well, let me do Reiki on the chemo bag before you start the chemo. And they were kind of like, oh, all right, whatever. They stepped out of the room and she did her thing. And her friend trusted her,
right,
and they found out that her side effects to the chemo was not as bad and not as frequent as that, from they noticed from her not having it. So there is a
right,
difference, it's not going to cure, you know, the cancer, but it helped raise the vibration of that substance where it was a little more gentle or a little less destructive because they raised the vibration of it. So I always love sharing, that story that holistic healing can work in tandem with traditional Western medicine. But of course, unfortunately, we're in the pharmaceutical, most countries are into the pharmaceutical business. And a
hmm,
lot of the Western doctors, they're taught more to look at, the medicines than the
prescription.
natural, you know. But it's becoming
Yeah,
more
treating.
accepted. And I like that. Hmm.
Yeah, I had a situation where I had a healing and surgeries were canceled. And when I went to the surgeon, he said, I can't believe this is happening. I don't even know how to code this for the insurance companies because they had authorized emergency surgeries. And um, when I left, when I got home, the phone was ringing and it was the insurance company. And they said, do you mind if we follow you for a year? Because this hasn't ever happened before and we want to know what's different. And I was like, sure. And so I got a monthly phone call from, Anthem Blue Cross saying, okay, what are you doing? What's up today? What's on the schedule? Talk to me. And you know what? I loved those conversations with these people.
Hmm.
Half of the time they were, I can't wait to talk to you till next month. Or you're such a pleasure to talk to because everybody else we talk to is kind of humdrum and glum. So there's so much more to this life than we've been told. And I love exploring it and having it validated and having
Yeah.
the magic become real, right? I absolutely adore that. So, yes, the same that Lori is talking about. Yes,
Yeah.
sharing the
Beautiful.
information. It is
And Miss
beautiful.
Carol B said his cancer support group is into chakras and tarot and etc. So a lot
Yes,
of them are more
yes.
learning about alternative, or addition, the alternative in addition to. So
Right.
that's incredible.
Well, and I also believe that in our angel realm, in our entourage, that we have healers, that we have a psychic surgeon and psychic healers that are meant to be called upon during those times where that's needed. I've been in part of groups where we've known someone was going in for surgery and remote viewing are there holding energy with the staff inside the hospital for the best outcome of what they're doing, helping illuminate the area so they can actually see what they need to be seeing, right? In being able to see them actually performing whatever needs to be done. Really, really interesting. It's interesting, right? I mean,
It is.
10 years ago, people would have said, goodness gracious, Katie, you're off the deep end.
Yeah. My,
Not anymore.
my family still thinks that. No matter how hot it's been. I'm the odd duck out
Well,
of the group.
I'm
Except
so
for
glad
one
you found
cousin.
this family, right?
Yeah. I do have a cousin that I
Yes.
learned, but her and I don't talk, but at least, another family member. That was pretty cool. So while we're at 6:36 already, I just love where this conversation is going. And
Oh, you make
and
it
Lori said,
easy.
"Oh, thank you. I try. I try to be a good hostess." Now, in your name, Dream Detective, did you want to go and
Yes.
share how you became Dream Detective? Because I have heard some interesting interpretations of dreams that you've done on your channel and with other readers, myself included. And I was wondering if you want to share that with everybody.
Sure. So, as long as I have known, people have come to me and asked me questions about their dreams. And it's been, I don't know why. I guess they just trusted that I might have an answer for them. I mean, from the time I was really little. So, it's yes, absolutely hypnicity. Wow. But I can walk you through what that's like if you would like to call me later so that you can relax while that process is happening. I experienced that with my husband as well. So back to the dream. So fundamentally, I believe that guides and angels love you. That's their whole job. That's what they promised. Okay. And it's a huge entourage of spirit that are sending you love and supporting you, holding you, walking with you, stopping cars so that you can get through the crosswalk. Okay. Just, doing all kinds of crazy, crazy, wonderful, loving things all the time. So when we are sleeping, that is the easiest time for us to astral travel, to be in the angelic realm, to be in a dream state, which is the angelic realm. When you're in sleeping and you're dreaming, you're with all that wonderful energy. Okay. You're with the ones that have crossed over. You're with the people that love you. You're with your guardian angels, your birth angels, your healing angels, your whole team. Okay. But most of the time, for a lot of us, it isn't until something is really intense that we go, oh, what was that? Okay. Why would I
I
dream
have a lot of
about
those dreams
that?
almost every night, some of the disturbing ones.
Why
I'm
would
like,
that
these are my
happen?
guides and family. What was that all about?
So the explanation is that they'll give it to you softly, and then they'll be a little bit louder and a little bit louder and a little bit louder, and pretty soon the experience is on the screaming level, so that you will remember. Because remembering when you are awake and inside your body is part of the earthly journey. That's part of the lesson of the earth journey. Spirit knows exactly what's going on. The body, the mind, the heart doesn't. So to connect the two, they give you your own symbols. They give you your own experiences, people and places and things that you know what they are. No one else does. If I were to go into your dream, I might go, wow, that was really cool, but what the was that? Because it wouldn't make any sense to me. It will only make sense to you,
Mine
right?
don't make sense to me, especially when it's a murder. I'm dreaming about, two boys, like last night, two boys whose mother was murdered by this young adult male, and then the two boys were being held off to the side. And I don't know what the hell happened because the dream finished before I got to. So for me, dreams like that, I have a hard time finding how that's spirit guides, unless it's just I'm picking up on somebody in the area. You know what I mean? It's really hard
Would
to tell what is, you know,
okay. So
a
what
psychic
if
vision
the
or
the
a
mean
dream.
what if the meaning of the dream was your guides and angels saying that you have the ability to observe and understand elements that others don't? You have the clairvoyance to take a look at a real life situation and understand the components of who's who in the zoo and who did what. That's an exceptional gift, to be able to take a look at something in front of you and be the observer, to not take it on, to not pick a side, to not have the emotional overwhelm that says, I can't look anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's a gift. Okay. So if you're receiving that message with different players in the scenario, they're trying to explain to you that your gift of clairvoyance is growing, that it's becoming more in tune, that you are fine tuning it when you are sleeping so that you can bring it into your waking life, so that you can see what's true in front of you. That's a really big gift. Okay. And I know that it must be like, oh, stop already.
Well, I don't know what to do with it because I don't know anybody, I don't, when I have these kind of dreams, I never see or meet people where that information can help them unless
Okay.
I'm not meant to have that. See, that's why I sometimes get confused about what's symbolism and what is actually like, oh my goodness,
Okay.
this
So
is what I'm seeing.
Right. So if you were doing a premonition, okay, if you were having a premonition type dream, you would recognize the people.
See, I don't see the faces clearly. I
Okay.
just remember the situation.
Right. So this is a learning phase. Sometimes when you're learning things, it comes in levels, so that once you've met that one level, you can go on to the next one. It's not until you're at the very end of the whole plan that you see how they all fit together, that you see how you were meant to use it. Okay. Being able to navigate the dream world involves a conversation between you and who the teachers are. So teachers are your guardians and your angels and your ancestors. Okay. So before you go to sleep, ask them to show you in a way that isn't so frightening. Ask them to show you in a way where you see the big picture. And maybe you'll be given a movie of where your life journey is meant to go. Just because I know where I'm supposed to be in 10 years, I can't force it to be any faster than the 10 years. And I can't force them to give me something I'm not ready to handle because my body can't handle spiritual gift until it's ready. So does that make sense? So if you are looking toward the gifts that you're being given, which you are being given, okay, the fact that you wake up and remember, oh, that was really was really odd. What was that all about? How do I figure out what that's all about? Let it sit. Don't try to pull it apart. Let it sit. And then before you go to sleep, ask them, my angels, thank you for the experience. My guides, thank you for this. It's confusing me and causing stress to me. Can you please show it to me in another way? A way that's more gentle so that I can accept the learning that you're trying to give me, the lesson that you are trying to provide for me, because they want you to live your best life. They want you to accomplish what you came here for. And a lot of the light workers are lighting up in places they haven't lit up before. It's new, okay? It's a new kind of growth experience. It's a new kind of uncomfortable. You're like, I'm still me, but I kind of feel like something over here is happening. And I don't have any way to express it because I haven't had anybody explain to me, what is this? Why do I feel like there's an earthquake happening and the earth isn't shaking? So what is that? Okay. All of this is unfolding for a lot of us in ways that it feels uncomfortable. The best thing is to have that conversation. You can have that conversation anytime. You can have that conversation all day long. Guys, cut that out. This is what I need from you. They know you better than anyone. So allow that conversation to take place and see if they don't bring you a different way of looking at it, a different way of instruction.
See,
And I hope
it
that's
doesn't
helpful.
disturb me. It doesn't disturb me. I just don't have any way of utilize. It's like I don't see faces clearly. I don't know if I can use. I mean, even if in reality, a lot of law enforcement and stuff don't really want you. You know, don't allow that kind of information. So I'm not sure why I'm seeing this if I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. It's like if they give you something like that, and it is something that could be happening or about to happen, how am I supposed to it's kind of like, what do I do with this? You know,
Okay.
how can
So
I give
when
that? So that's where it gets confusing.
when the
Oh, and
way
you're
that you will
making
know is
beautiful compliments too, my dear. You're clearly gifted, Kate,
oh my
great
gosh.
teacher,
Oh my gosh, that's so
and
sweet.
such
You're
a
so sweet.
blessing discussion here.
So the way that you know what to do with something is it suddenly the situation will be in front of you. That's the interesting thing about destiny. You don't have to look for it. It's going to come kick you in the butt and send you in the direction that you need to go. So destiny has that kind of power in that relax, enjoy your life. Do what you do. Do what makes your heart happy, okay? And the universe will use that in the best way possible because we were meant to shine. We were meant to be whole and lit and alive and communicate with each other and share those joys, okay? And extend a hand when someone needs a hand to hold, okay? So figuring it out is that mind of yours that says, I love a mystery. I want to figure this out.
Yeah.
And
Me
sometimes,
too.
yes, and sometimes it's okay to just let it be. That it will unfold. It's like, are you going to turn to the last page of the really great book and figure out who done it? Or are you going to let the pages develop so that you go, oh man, I thought it was this character, but now it's really this character,
Mhm.
instead of going to the last page of the book. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That was exciting.
Message received.
You know what, Heather? We it is a really exciting time to be on the planet, and there are so many wonderful. I
Or
will share
difficult.
with you that I had a
Oh, but exciting.
mediumship experience recently where through the eyes of the victim I saw who was the killer. And there was so much evil there that I couldn't write myself for a week. Don't hurry that. Don't want that. If that's not something you want,
Well, I
allow
do
that.
investigative tarot on my channel, so I like
Okay.
trying to give victims a voice and everything.
Okay.
So I'll find cases and I'll read on them to try to get some sort of closure to find out, what exactly happened, who may have been, involved. Because for me, it's like giving the victim a voice, and if the family ever comes across, they get something, or like, what, something they said in that card makes sense. Let's kind of go and look at it. Just for me, that feels like something I'm really drawn and I'm passionate to do about.
Well, see,
That's
they're
why.
growing that gift for you.
And the only thing is, it's like, okay, now I saw that, but in my dreams, I can never see faces clearly. When I see words, they're usually jumbled up. So it's like, I ask them, at least out of all of my dreams tonight, help me to at least remember one or two clear something, so that I feel like, I'm not going when I wake up in the morning and everything is like a big blur of images going this way and that way. And with those, I mean, a couple nights ago, I had a dream that, I found, I didn't see it, thank goodness, but I had found out that an individual um, had been skinned, and I didn't
The
see it,
terrible things we do to each other, right?
but I knew that that's what happened, and I had to let people know, and they came and, they went in and they saw, but it's like, oh my goodness, what am I? Is this a really like overly exaggerated symbolism, or is this actually something that happened that you know, I'm going to find out about someday, and I'll be like, oh boy, but then it's like, again, why am I dreaming this? It's like something right now. It's like I can't do anything about with anything with this. So for me, I get sometimes frustrated and confused about the dreams that I get, because
Yes.
there's no context for me to be able to say, oh my goodness, this was a friend, and this person here that they're seeing, let me go let them know what I dreamt, you know what I mean? There's nothing that I can
So here's your
utilize.
homework assignment. Here's your
Okay.
homework assignment.
And
Okay.
everybody too, listen to this homework assignment. This is, I think,
Here's
for
your homework
all of
assignment.
us.
You know what is missing for you to have clarity? Do you know what is missing for you to have clarity in the dream state?
Do I know what's missing? I can't see.
That,
Everything's like there's
that's
no.
it. Okay. So ask for the gift. Ask for the glasses, the dream glasses. Ask for them to present you dream glasses so that the imagery that you have is clear. Then wait for them to describe for you how to know whether this is something in learning or if this is something in reality. So perhaps they will provide for you an old camera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They provide you an old camera. Does that mean it's something for you to learn from, or it's a real thing? Or if they show you a crime sheet, is it something that happened, or is it a movie, or is it a lesson? You hold the key to the symbols that you want them to give. All you have to do is tell them,
Okay.
hey guys, give me the dream glasses. Make sure they're cute. It's Christmas. Let's ask. Okay. So in that also you have protection. You have a sense of security and being held so that you can understand. They won't give you the stuff that you can't handle. So you have a tremendous gift, Heather. Okay. And ask them for the glasses so that, steampunk, whatever it is you want.
Or like Miss Carol D. Miss Carol D. She's got some fabulous glasses. I'll just ask to
Does
borrow
she?
one of yours, Miss Carol
Does
D.
she?
While I'm sleeping.
Yes.
Be like,
So,
okay,
there
darling,
are,
let's do that.
everybody
People think I
has,
want to see gory. I don't want people in chat to think I want to see graphic images. I just don't see, even if it's like a dream that's not, something bad. It's still there are details. It's like things are like almost not completely smoothed over, but it's like there's no really strong clarity of, I can tell when, okay, this was female. I know this energy was male. This and that and whatnot. But then there's some where it's just like,
okay.
there's
there's like
just no clarity.
So there's like two other suggestions. And that is that sometimes when something is jumbled like that, it could be their way of saying, check your health. Okay. It could be a health issue. Remember your vitamins, make your doctor's appointment, whatever it is, because something is not in balance. Something is not in sync. So you can have that as an option. The other thing that you can do is what's called free association. So the more that you remember bits and pieces, write them down.
Mm-hmm.
Just write them down. One of the key things for me when I listen to people tell me a dream is I listen for what verbs they're using, what action is happening in the dream. Okay. And the action word is just a word. It's just sitting there. Okay. And then I look at what the adjectives are. How do they feel about it? How do they describe it? Is it something that is on a scale of really yummy and I can't wait to do it again and please send me more of that? Or is it on the other end of the spectrum where it's like, is that alien? Is that really something I'm supposed to be seeing? And what is that? Okay, what is that? And get it off my foot because I really don't like it. Okay, so only where on the spectrum those pieces are, where those bits and pieces are. So when something is jumbled, when something feels like a puzzle that you need to put it together, like you said, faceless.
So
maybe these some of them are flashes, right? So
like,
maybe
I could feel, but like, wait a minute, come back here. It's like, oh, that was that's something spiritual I want to see, but you're not really seeing there. It's
no, rewind. Yeah, it's not like you can play it over again, right?
And when I
So
wake up, I
even that,
force myself to stay in that dream state to try to remember. And it's just like, no, no, come back here. Because people say start writing down immediately. But what happens is the minute I start to gain consciousness, it dissolves.
it's
It's
okay.
gone. A lot of
It's
times it's gone. Only certain strong things will be, or there'll be ones I can just, okay, there was a ball and it was like this, or this was, So yeah. Oh, bye, Nancy. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
oh,
And she
time for
was very
dinner.
grateful
Yum.
for us to
Where
have
should
this
where should we meet
conversation.
up for dinner? I love dinner. So you know
Ugh.
what the
Five
puzzle
Guys.
pieces the puzzle
I don't know if you
pieces
guys, I
are
don't know if you guys
there.
have Five Guys on the West Coast, but I love Five Guys. They're really good.
Five
They're
Guys
chocolate
pizza.
milkshakes. No, Five Guys
Are you trying
hamburgers.
burgers? Okay,
The
so
burgers.
so
Yeah.
there was this really cute sign the other day that I saw that I'll share with you. It says, "I exercise. After I exercise, I eat pizza." And then it says, "No, just kidding. I don't exercise."
Hey, I've
Oh
been
my
trying
gosh.
to
And
eat
it was,
better, and I've lost about 15 pounds in the past 2.5 months. So I'm
oh,
kind of
that's
at a
great.
stalwart right now because one of the medications I take puts weight on. So it's kind of like, but I've been feeling a lot better since I've been drinking more water, less soda, less inflammation. So yeah.
Nice.
And there's just
Nice.
something I wanted to share really quick. Ms. Tarot D is very grateful for us to have this discussion tonight.
Oh,
Very appreciates
oh,
it. So,
you're
and
so
Janet C did pop in to
welcome.
say hi. So
Hi,
thank
Janet.
you for being here.
Love to you
Amanda,
all.
Italy for dinner. Yes.
Stop. You know, I'm going to the Pacific Northwest. And so there are some names in the chat where I'm like, I'm coming. I hope you guys are
I'm
going to be
trying to get
around.
there.
Yeah,
We,
yeah,
we want to go to
yeah.
Ashland. This. A lot of people know our dream is to get to Ashland,
Ashland.
so
Yes.
Oregon. Yeah.
You
So
know, the other thing I was going to mention about your desire to go to Ashland is when we were house hunting up there, it was really hard to do that because everybody wants it for they buy up the real estate for the kids that are going to school. They're not kids, the young adults, for the college students, so they
yeah,
can rent out the
stuff.
rooms.
Yeah.
Okay, the B&Bs have almost all disappeared because of the fires and the smoke.
Yeah.
They were really smoked out, and so a lot of them couldn't stay open because they canceled the plays. They they didn't have the visitors. People weren't coming because it was too difficult to be in all of that smoke. It kind of sucks it in because of the way the land is there. But I was going to suggest to you too is check out Medford, because it's only 5 minutes down the road.
We've researched Medford. It's actually known now as Methford. There's
Oh
really
no.
meth problem there.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's
because Shan's from
awful.
Oregon, so he was like, "Well, let's look into Medford." And when we looked it up, the crime rate is high. Meth is really bad there. The homelessness problem is really just the
Oh
state,
no.
between Portland and Medford and everything. Right now, that Ashland area, Ben, Shan doesn't really want to go to Ben, but that Ashland area is the only area where it's very, as being an artist, it's a very artistic town. It's very
Right. Or talent?
metaphysical.
Yeah.
Talent was almost completely destroyed in Phoenix by the fires all those years back. They're rebuilding. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're
Wow.
looking for like an apartment because we wouldn't be able to afford to buy a house. At
Sure.
least I don't want to put that out to the universe. Sorry,
Everything's possible.
but as things are right now. So, but yeah,
Yeah, everything's possible. Yeah.
yeah.
It's the dream experience is a little slice of heaven, but it can be really confusing. Say hello to your angels and guides. I will tell you that you have a pink one floating around you right now. She sparkles. And she looks more like an exaggerated butterfly, or an exaggerated she's floating long okay, so like a dragon tail, but wings like a butterfly in pink. Pink and gold sparkle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Everybody, you're hearing
Yeah.
this first right here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's pretty
What
spectacular.
a gift.
Let me see if I can tell you what her name is.
Because I know my guardian angel is Jophiel.
Mm-hmm.
She works with artists. But
Yes.
this is new to me.
She is lovely.
Feels like an elemental.
Well, angels are not always the way that we draw them.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times they come in shapes and sizes that are unique without the the wings and the beautiful muscles and the
Oh, that
all
no,
that
that one
gorgeousness. All
I
that gorgeousness.
I'm like,
Um
that doesn't look like Michael that I know. You know what I'm saying?
so I'm hearing intensity, but it's not intensity. I'm missing the first vowel or consonant on the front, which means it's a soft sound. Like almost like
So wings and dragon tail.
intensity. Like I don't know. I'll have to email you. It'll pump in, but she's gorgeous, and she's telling me that that she wants you to have more fun, more laughter, more playtime, more more art energy, more that side that's the floaty creative side.
Yeah, I'm always
Serenity
creating.
and sensitivity.
It's interesting.
It is interesting, yes. So I'll email you if it comes in stronger.
Okay.
But
That
she
sounds awesome.
she's fluttering all around you, almost like she's tickling you. Like come on, come laugh with me. Come play. Remember to play.
I might already have a picture of her.
What? You have a picture of her?
A long time ago, but she doesn't have. It's not a tail though, so this can't be her. So
it's a pretty fancy tail.
Okay, that I have not seen. I'll have to keep an eye because I do so much art. It's not even funny. So so I'll
Awesome.
have to keep an eye open because over the summer earlier this year I was a lot about the pinks and the mauves and the purples and stuff. That was really strong colors.
Yeah, she's more pink and peach. Peachy, pinky.
Ooh.
Yeah, iridescent into the gold.
Oh
really,
my goodness, I love that. Sounds yummy.
It is yummy. She's beautiful, and she keeps trying to tickle you. Okay. It's like that butterfly kisses thing that that funny little sweetness that you can sometimes
I sometimes feel things like that on my arm. I'll feel like something's touching me or whatever, and I look and there's nothing there, and I'm like,
that's her.
Is it?
That's her. Okay. And she is reminding you that she's nearby.
I don't know if she's a dragon.
No,
she might.
She's not a dragon.
But she's got a dragon-like tail. Okay.
Like it has its like a life of its own or something. You know what I mean? Like it's long.
Hey TK.
So, yes. Hi. Hi Teresa. So I hope that helps, and you'll have to keep me in the loop. Email me if the dreams get better. If you discover
I definitely will.
A wrapped up box with special glasses inside the dream.
Well, I tell you, my dreams really are getting interesting because just really quick, the other day I had dreamt waking up. There were two things that were very clear, and one of them was red tail, and I'm like like a red feather, and I remember seeing a red feather. I'm like, okay. So Shannon and I decided to go to the park that day, and on the way down one of the main roads, off to my right on Shannon's side, I'm driving. All of a sudden, this huge red tail hawk comes flying up alongside, up to the up to the wire lines, and its wings just flapping. And I was like, oh, wow. And I go, Shan, that was a red tail, wasn't it? He goes, yeah. And I went, there's the red tail. So that one made perfect sense.
It's the look for the magic. It's look for the surprises. Look for the things that make you smile. Look for them. They're there. They're there.
Miss Daryl, he says, I'm your guardian angel with the purple. Oh, you're so sweet, my dear. I love
Oh,
her
that's
so much.
awesome. Oh, that's awesome.
So we are at 7:05. Is there anything else that you wanted to share before? I didn't know if you do like a message that you if you divine a message for the collective, or if you just end your shows with, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So
Yeah.
whatever, you're open to. I didn't know if there's something that you would like to do to end, if you have something
I
special.
I don't know that I normally end anything. And usually it's a meditation, a quick meditation, or a message to remind everyone how much they're loved. This life is a marvelous, marvelous experience. Embrace the love. Embrace that you are loved.
This was
Yeah.
on the top of my deck that I shuffled earlier.
Which is it
Straddling
say?
worlds. Here we go.
Yes, here we go. Here we
Wandering
go.
between realms. So
Yeah.
there's the pink and the purple. It's like an angel, like he's got one magenta wing and
Beautiful.
one blue. So I was told to pick that top card off. So
Nice.
as you're saying that,
Nice.
dreams,
Dreams. Because when they say
and it's from the Shonda
heaven
Stream
on
deck.
earth, there it is. Heaven isn't someplace you need to wait for. You need to wait until something happens. It's right here. It's right now. It's everything that you could possibly want it to be. And walking with your guides, with your angels in your daily track makes all of that incredible experience real. It makes it really real. It makes you walking in heaven now. Don't wait. It's here. If you look for it, you'll see it. And of course, always remember how much you're loved.
Mm-hmm. And Miss Carol D says we should do a part 2, and I would love to have you back on. Yes.
Oh, I would love that. That's so sweet. That is so sweet. You guys can, let us know if you have dreams. You can post them on thedreamdetectives@gmail.com as email, so that you don't have to worry about how many digits. We're doing something on my posting right now where I did a collective abundance, collective compassion.
Yeah.
Okay, where it's just a written message that says when we combine our energies together, that we magnify that out into the world. And so people are putting what they're grateful for in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Just put what you're grateful for in the comments, because what you're grateful for, when all the other people read it, magnifies it and sends it out. So when it comes back to you, it comes back to you even more powerful than when you wrote it. Mm-hmm. It's an exciting thing. It's exciting.
Yes. When things get really hard here for us, or for me, I always remind him and I, okay, this is not a good situation, but do we have food to eat? Yes. Do we have a roof over our head? Yes. Do we have running plumbing? Yes. Do we have clean water to drink? Yes. So it's those small things. Are we still able to walk? Are we have use of our? Sometimes the smallest things, when you start out being grateful, you don't realize how big the list gets. So it helps you get through those times where you need to have better things coming in, but it shows that where you do have, and where you are being held, and where you are being being protected.
We are all the time. We just have to look for it. And we are doing a dream show tonight with the masters, Diana and Terry.
I know,
and
I saw
Kelly.
that earlier when I was in their chat. I'm like, oh my goodness, I typed in Kate's coming to my channel too today. Yo, this is so fun. So yes, I will definitely make it over. And
I would love.
What time is that?
Tonight. Well, it's 6:00 Pacific. So depending, 6:00, 7:00, 8:00, 9:00. Yeah. Okay. Going all the way
definitely
back.
Pop in and say hi.
Yes. That would be. Thank you for everybody being here, and
yes, thank you,
beautiful
everybody.
comments in the chat. Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you, Kate. And yes, Kate is always welcome to come back, and I'm sure she'll join me again. So keep your eyes open.
Yeah,
and we'll continue this conversation. There may be even more things that we can talk about at that time. So
yes.
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for coming
tonight. Thank you so much.
We'll see you in one of the other shows. Much love, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.